stalling issues, flameouts, bike dying on me. No matter what you call it, it always sucks when it happens. Hey, what's up guys, Rado here, and yes, we all hate these flameouts, and it always happens in the worst possible situation. When you are off camber, when you are off balance, this thing just stops, and then you either fall or you have really hard time catching yourself with the bike. So today I want to test this 2025 YZ250fx because maybe you are considering buying this bike and you ride something like that, so you want to know whether this thing dies or not. You know guys, I think the best way to test it would be in a real life situation. Let's just imagine that you're riding already like 4 or 5 hours. That's exactly what we did in this video. I was on the ride for like 5 hours. I was tired, I had arm pump, and we came to the most difficult section of the entire ride. We call it the Little Erzberg. It's a very steep, single track, a lot of loose rocks, and there are some bigger rocks that you have to get over. So it's like a first gear, you are fighting the bike, you are slipping the clutch, and you are, doing your work with the throttle, keeping that under control, all things going on at once, and that's usually where the bike would die. All right, we get some difficult section, loose rocks, uphill. Let's see. Section. Okay, we're almost there. Let's take a little breather. 250fx is doing so good. First gear, climbing up no problem. I've been riding with this new body armor from Tekvest for about 2 months now, and I really like it. It really provides a good protection for the rib cage and in the inner organs. It wraps around and feels really good. If you guys looking for something similar, you want to protect your rib cage, there is not a lot of products on the market. Usually you would just have the front and the back, but these guys, they wrap around and they create this nice shell around you, and it's really feeling good. It's not restrictive at all. I really feel good when I ride in this thing. I took it on the moto track, on the trails, and also I had it on the adventure ride recently. So if you're looking for something similar, check them online, link below in the description. fun. We have another section, and that's probably the last tough section. All right, guys, and there you go. I don't know about you, but I was impressed. This thing doesn't have a stalling problem. It doesn't have a stalling issues. Of course, every single bike, if you push it too hard, if you get to a situation, every single bike would die. But the problem is if it dies too often, if it dies in a situation where you don't expect it, and it will cause these unexpected troubles for you on the ride. This thing didn't do it. Actually, I would say that I was maybe expecting it to die, but it still kept pulling. So it was really surprising. It was actually opposite. It delivered more than what I was expecting. You know, on that difficult uphill there, when I had a lot of loose rocks, I was thinking that every now and then it would just get in a situation and die on me, because I was barely idling that first gear and I didn't have enough strength to keep everything under control. Sometimes I wouldn't slip the clutch when I was supposed to slip it, and I just, had an arm pump, was tired, and I was in a situation where, yeah, I just kind of let the bike go. And this thing didn't let me down. It actually helped me to get to the top of the hill. If you guys are considering this bike for your next trail bike, I think you cannot go wrong with the 2025 YZ250fx. I personally really like it. I like a moto with this thing. I like trails, even this technical section. Everything is fine. This thing can do pretty much everything I ask from it. Yes, it's not the fastest bike. If I take 350, it's faster. If I take 450, it's even faster. Two-stroke feels different, but having this 250fx, one that can do it all, I think that it's really great. This can be your do-it-all bike if you ride a little bit of the moto, and if you are mostly on the trails, or even if you are mostly on a moto and sometimes go on the trail, this thing delivers. It's really a great package. All right, my friends, well, that's about it for today. If you have this bike or similar bike, share your opinion and your experience with a stalling problem. And don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.